Hi, my name is Madison Mundorf and I will be discussing the impact of social media on today's society. Social media is used all over the world, connecting users through a range of sites in ways such as pictures, videos, statuses, and more, through sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. In my video lecture, I'm going to be describing social media and the impact it has on our society. I will also be talking about how I programmed the page using HTML and CSS, and will also briefly describe how I made my logo, banner, and animation. On the bottom of my page is my table of contents. My table of contents contains links to my different pages throughout this website. The first link I'm going to click on is going to take us to my purpose page. My purpose page was made to indicate the name of the innovation and provide a clear description of its intended purpose, such as the problem the innovation solved, the opportunity that the innovation created, or the discovery that the innovation made possible. Social media is defined by Wikipedia as social media are computer-mediated tools that allow people or companies to create, share, or exchange information, career interests, ideas, and pictures/videos in virtual communities and networks. The purpose of social media is not only for one to communicate with others, but as an effective tool for businesses and schools promotions. The buttons on the bottom of this page will now navigate us throughout the website. Previous would take us back to the last page we were just on, which was my home page. Home would take us to my home page, and next would take us to the next page. Through a variety of HTML coding, it now creates hyperlinks to the other pages. By clicking the next button, it will now take us to my effects and impacts pages. My effects and impacts page was created to first of all explain the benefit and our harmful effect of the innovation. Social media has a lot of advantages and disadvantages. An advantage of social media would have to be the worldwide connectivity. There is now no easier or faster way to make a connection than with social media. For example, sites like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn are the most popular, in which they let people connect and interact over the World Wide Web. A disadvantage of social media has to be the invasion of privacy. Social networking invites major corporations to invade your privacy and personal Google searches and sells your information in which returning specifically targeted advertisements. Second of all, this page was created to explain the impact that the innovation has had on society, the economy, and the culture. Social media has impacted society in so many ways. There is now immediate access to information. It can connect a person on one side of the world to someone on the other side. The chart above is data I collected from making a survey on Google Forms and collecting the information in an Excel sheet. I decided to make a chart classifying the information. How much do you think social media has had an impact on society in general? 0 being the lowest and 20 being the highest. This is the data that was collected. And lastly, this page was created to indicate one field in which the innovation has impacted or has the potential to impact. With the now overloading abundance of use of social media, it's continuing to evolve because it will continue to expand due to the fact of people constantly thinking of new ideas to help progress social media. Especially with things like the news, where just by simply sending information to people's phones, everyone knows exactly what's going on in the world. Video underneath describes the addiction in which social media has impacted our lives. This is a small snippet.
With social media sites being used by 1/3 of the entire world, they've clearly had a major influence on society. But what about our bodies? Here are 5 crazy ways that social media and the internet are affecting your brain right now. Can't log off? Surprisingly, 5 to 10% of internet users are actually unable to control how much time they spend online. Though it's a psychological addiction as opposed to a substance addiction, brain scans of these people actually show a similar impairment of regions that those with drug dependence have. Specifically,
And then the video underneath is a video I took of a friend describing how social media has impacted her life.
After high school, me and all my friends went to separate colleges. A way to keep in touch is through social media. We can go on Instagram and look at each other's photos, go on Snapchat and watch each other's stories, and even go on Facebook.
The next page talks about the technical aspects of social media. This page describes how a user interacts with the innovation. Users interact through social media as something called a social networker, which entails having an account on a type of social media, for example, a profile on Facebook or a page on Instagram. Using the accounts, they are logged on through using the @ symbol. An example would be on Instagram when looking for someone, you type in the @ symbol and then their name, or when you give someone your Instagram, you type the @ symbol and your name. The video underneath shows how to create a Facebook page, an example of how a user would interact with social media. Here's a small snippet.
So you're looking to create a Facebook page. Now, there's many reasons why you'd want to do that. It might be for your business. It could be for a product or service. It could even be for your band. Yeah, you probably have a rockin' band, right? Or it could even be, because people like your cat. Whatever the reason why you're creating a page, in this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to create that Facebook page.
And the video underneath that shows how we use social media. Here's a small snippet.
On June 30th, the world celebrates the 5th annual Social Media Day. To honor this day, Mashable surveyed its audience to find out how people are using social media in 2014. The survey comprised more than 4,700 respondents from 120 nations, with 5 countries making up nearly 67% of all responses.
The second part of this page describes how the innovation incorporates at least one of the big ideas of algorithm, abstraction, programming, and/or the internet to accomplish its purpose. Social media incorporates more than one of the big ideas, programming being the language used to build any social media site, algorithms in social media, which would be an example of EdgeRank, an algorithm used in Facebook, and the internet is the biggest of the big ideas because the internet is the home for all social media. Browsers like Safari and Chrome are used to log on to every social media site. My next page is the relationship social media has to data. This page describes how the innovation consumes data, produces data, and/or transforms data. Data is described by Wikipedia as pieces of data that are individual pieces of information and is measured, collected, and reported and analyzed, whereupon it can be visualized using graphs or images. Social media is primarily a producer of data. There has been an exponential growth in social working data in the last few years in which social media is constantly being a producer of data. The forms of data come through social media apps. The second part of this page describes at least one data storage concern, data privacy concern, or data security concern related to the innovation. Social media is one of the most effective and useful tools that can present danger. Businesses can connect with and/or reach out to their customers like never before. For example, social scams. These scams include attackers' posts. Posts intended for the user to click on a link, the link including a code that has the potential to steal information or the user's computer or phone. Also, certain apps contain hidden malware that gets downloaded onto the device and can reveal private information about the user if the data is stored there. It can transmit the data to another party. The video below talks about social media and the data statistics. Here's a small snippet. My last page is my references page, in which this contains links to all the pages I use to collect all my information throughout my website. My most used reference would be this page, the social media Wikipedia site, which I pulled most of my information from used throughout my website. Through coding, I was able to create the references pages, linking all the pages by number, author, website, and the year it was published. Right here, this is my banner. When making my banner, I used Pixlr, a free online image editing program. My banner consisted of my logo, my name, the purpose of my topic, and a texturized filtered background which was layered underneath it. My banners on every single one of my pages hyperlinking back to my homepage through a set of coding using HTML and CSS. By now clicking my banner, we're going to go back to the homepage. My logo was made by adding a text about my project topic title, using an image that represented my topic, and then layering it over a transparent background. Using EasyGIF.com, I created my own animated GIF using 3 images, one being my logo, one being an image of myself, and one being an image I pulled from Google that related to my topic. Throughout this website, I have used HTML, which according to Wikipedia is the standard markup language used to create web pages. Web pages like my own. With HTML, I have used CSS, which helps me program my pages. My CSS page defines the look and layout of my HTML coding on the separate pages, for example, my purpose page, reference page, home page, and so on. This is my CSS page. Through codes like this one, it can help create my text font, the text alignment, background color, text color. All of these codes are spread out throughout my other files. This is my purpose page. Here you will see one of the codes from my CSS page. It is H1, which is my color for the word purpose. Purpose is in black, and it's the color I programmed. Through HTML and CSS, it has helped me design my website through sets of codes, letting me customize every single one of my pages. This is how my website on the impact of social media was created. For more information, here is a link to my website.